Follow Sports View London.
London boxing news from the capital city. Here with promoter Eddie Hearn. We just had the official press conference there to announce the fight between George Groves and Martin Murray. A fight everyone is licking their lips at, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, you do a lot of head-to-heads, don't you? And then you sort of do a head-to-head with that, and you just feel, I don't know if you get it, but it's just, oh, I like this is good. Oh, this is going to be a good fight, you know. For a number of reasons. One, because they're excellent fighters, and two, because I'm not sure where the loser goes. You know, and both guys want to operate at world level. Both guys want world title shots. So this is a kind of risky fight for both of them because it's not for a world title, and it is high risk. But they both want a fight they can get their teeth into. They both want a fight that excite the fans, and this is a great fight on June 25th.
This has gone down well, seriously well with fans.
For sure. It's a fight that probably should headline its own show, but in the world we live in today, which is small rights fees and big pay-per-view opportunities, everybody's taking advantage of the fact that this is on a pay-per-view show. It's good news for the fans who are in the O2 and are going to buy the night on Sky as well. And you know, it's part of a huge card. Of course, Chris Eubank Jr. against Tom Doran, Dillian Whyte as well, Conor Benn, John Wayne Hibbert against Scarpa for this WBC silver, and some other stuff to come as well.
When Martin took the leap of faith of being signed with Matchroom, was this a fight you always eyed up?
Yeah, definitely. I think any British super middleweight looks at George Groves and thinks that's a great fight for me. Not because he's not any good, but because he's high profile, and they think he's vulnerable as well. And that's why George Groves is exciting to watch, because he does have that little bit of vulnerability, yet he can really punch as well. And I think what he's done under Shane McGuigan is he's redeveloped his power. You know, when he was with Adam Booth, he was a very sharp puncher, and that punch power seemed to dissolve over the second Groves Froch fight, and the Bellew Jack fight, and even the Rabras fight and the Duglin fight. Now he looks to be punching a lot sharper, and Martin's got to be aware of that. I believe he still has the vulnerabilities in the tank and the engine, and Martin's got to make the most of that. And he's got to force the work rate from the early stages, but by forcing the work rate, you're also getting Groves to engage, which is dangerous as well. So it's just, tactically, it's a fascinating fight. It's a kind of like a crossroads fight for both of them, in that they must win to go on. And I think the winner of this fight should be looking at the James DeGale fight. I really do.
Is that a possibility?
I think so. There's no money in the Bellew Jack fight. So, and there's huge money in the Martin Murray or the George Groves fight. So we know James likes a pound note, and so do I, and so does everyone. And that fight, I think, would excite the fans more than the Bellew Jack fight.
Regarding your later signing of the body snatcher, Dillian Whyte, that sort of, I think everyone sort of raised their eyebrows at that one, you know, because the build up to the fight with Adrian. How did that come around? Was that an approach by yourself?
From a perspective, from a selfish perspective of being a promoter, I looked at Dillian Whyte and thought I would love him on Sky. I would love him in my team. He's a very good heavyweight who's quite controversial, has plenty of balls, and loves to fight, and the fans love him. The problem is the relationship with Anthony Joshua, for me and for Dillian. But when you get two guys that are smart, like AJ and Dillian Whyte, the first thing I've got to do is go to AJ and say, listen, I'd like to put Dillian Whyte on the card on June 25th, and I'd like to sign him. But obviously you're my guy, my number one guy, and I don't want to upset you. No, get him on, great for the show. And listen, easier to do the rematch next year. No, that's a smart thinker. That's not someone. That's not someone that lets emotion get in the way of making the right decision, and that really impressed me. And someone tweeted me, said, "Oh, I guess that's the end of the AJ rematch." You know, and I was like, "No, that's why I've signed him, because it gives us the option for that rematch in 2017." You know, everyone would like to see that again, and AJ, for some strange reason, would love to do it again, and so would Dillian Whyte. So why not?
Dylan was explaining to me out there that literally he was struggling so badly with his shoulder, and it was a lot hard for him to sleep at night and stuff like that. Do you think that fight could have panned out a different way, or AJ always had his...
It could have panned out a different way if AJ decided to box smart. You know, we don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I don't believe Dillian, but of course, you know, how bad was the shoulder? We don't know, and that's, once that bell goes, mate, it doesn't matter whether you've got one arm or one legs. You're in there, and it's a fight. So, you know, I'm not interested in what could have been. if AJ boxed smarter, could he have taken Dillian Whyte out more clinically and earlier? If Dillian's shoulder was better, could he have stopped AJ? But maybe we'll find out in the future. And I think that was a great fight. That was a fight that was one of the most entertaining heavyweight fights in a long time. So why not do it again? AJ's going to be better next time because he lost his marbles, he turned it into a street fight, and Dillian's going to be fitter. So we expect a better fight.
It just talked to me about your fighters, Ricky Burns fighting on Saturday, Tony Bellew for world titles, back-to-back Saturday and Sunday. How's that as a promoter?
It's great, it's mad. I mean, I think, sometimes you don't really get the opportunity to sit back and see how good a shape we're in as a sport in this country. Everyone moans, as they always do. That's the British public mentality. But sometimes in the office I pick up a programme from 5 years ago and I look at the card on a Saturday night Sky Sports show and I think, if that was now, I would actually get lynched. And you look at the world champions we've got, the fights that are being made. We've got 2 British world heavyweight champions. We've got 12 world champions, 2 more possibly this weekend. They're coming virtually every week. We're in such a great spot, and Saturday and Sunday is just something a little bit different. It's 2 shows in 2 days, and it's not. I said, put a tweet out, I said, no one's ever done that before. Someone said, Lou Bellew had 2 shows in one night. I was like, yeah, but he ain't really as involved as we. I mean, we are running it, living it. They're our fighters, everything. So I don't think it's been done before in Britain, and certainly not with an outdoor show included. So I'm excited. I think Burns can do it. Tony's got a really tough fight. But it could be 2 more world champions for Britain at the weekend.
Just finally, what does the gate currently stand at for Tony's ticket sales on Sunday?
When you have the gate, fighters take a number of tickets, and you don't really know till the weigh-in what you're going to get back. So conservatively, we're through 15,000. We'll have between 16 and 20 in there, depending what we get back from the fighters. But every fighter's been on ordering more as we've been going, so it's going to look great. And it's such a big night for Tony. It would be sort of tough enough boxing a 6-rounder at Goodison Park with what that club means to him, let alone going to fight Makabu for the world title. And people say to me, "Is this Makabu any good?" Go, just go to the bookmakers and look at the odds. You don't just make him a 2-to-1 on favourite without him being a favourite in the fight. And it's a really tough fight. Tony's got to get it spot on to win.
Eddie, and I thank you for your time so much.
Cheers,
appreciated.
Follow Sports View London